Angel's Landing. It's one of the scariest hikes in the world. Did we make the summit? Was the view worth the risk? Let's find out. We're Drew and Em, a part-time travel couple using our paid time off and weekends to explore all the world has to offer. From locations close to home to exotic international hotspots, we hope you follow us on our adventure. Angel's Landing in Zion National Park climbs 1,500 feet. It's 5.4 miles round trip, super dangerous, and yes, you need a permit now to hike it. We were here the end of February, which meant we could drive right into the park as the shuttles don't start running till March 1st. We're here at Zion National Park. Entrance fee is $35 for the day, or you can get the America the Beautiful Pass, which gets you into all the national parks. So today we're going to go and try the Angel's Landing hike. We got a permit, the daily lottery, so we were lucky enough to get that, so we're super excited. So let's head in. Whether you're taking the shuttle or driving yourself, to get to the start of the Angel's Landing hike, you need to go to stop number 6, the Grotto. This is the trailhead for the West Rim Trail, which leads to Angel's Landing. All right, so we're starting. What?
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't know it was on.
All right, we're starting our hike up to Angel's Landing, so look forward to taking you along for the ride. Here we go.
One more time.
What? All right, we're at the Grotto Trail, which is the start of the Angel's Landing hike. So we're going to take you along with us as we head up to Scout Landing, and then we're going to see if we're going to do Angel's Landing. Let's go. All right.
This is brilliant.
All right. As mentioned, the hike to the peak of Angel's Landing is over 1,500 feet of elevation gain and can take 4, 5, or even 6 hours to complete. So make sure you start as early as possible to do this hike. All right, on our way. So remember, you need your ID and your permit to hike Angel's Landing. I just forgot my ID, so I had to go back, but we're on our way now. So we're about a half an hour in. It's about 10:30. Starting to warm up pretty good, actually. Beautiful day. It's about probably 12 degrees Celsius. Anyway, we'll keep on hiking away. So behind us, I don't know if you can see it, but the Walters Wiggles are behind us. So we're about maybe halfway in distance-wise done this trail. But yeah, you can see the Walters Wiggles in up behind us there. All right, we're at the start of Walters Wiggles. So we're about, I think, a little more than halfway, but halfway up to Angel's
Halfway
Landing.
up the trail or halfway up Walters Wiggles?
No, we're at the beginning of Walters Wiggles.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So here we go. We are now on a flat portion, which is great because it lets you relax in some shaded area. So that's great. So we're gonna keep on keeping on. So I was told that was lame. So anyway, we just did a pretty large elevation gain. So now we are in some shaded, in a, what, canyon you'd call this? Where it's very shaded so you can get some reprieve from the sun if it is in the warmer months. So right now it's probably 17 degrees Celsius.
17, 18.
Yeah, 17, 18 degrees. Anyway, we're gonna keep going and see if we can make our way up to Angel's Landing.
And not die.
And not die, as Em says. Yeah, we don't plan on dying.
So the nice lady informed me that we're actually at Walter's Wiggles now. What we did before was not Walter's Wiggles, so yeah. So here we go with Walter's Wiggles.
Here we go.
Here we
Can't wait.
here we go.
Times.
Let's go. So one thing's for sure, there's no shame in taking a lot of breaks, period. You know, we've taken several. There's so much gorgeous scenery, so one tip, take as many breaks as you need. There's no point getting sick or overheated. You know, enjoy everything that you have around you while you take some water breaks. All right. Again, another break, no problem. Just doing it.
So there isn't a problem.
So officially now, we are at Walter's Wiggles. This is the third time. So again, first time not Walter's Wiggles. But yes, this is Walter's Wiggles. The final ascent up to Angel's Landing.
Oh, keep saying that.
I know, I keep on saying, I've been, Em thinks I've been lying,
For
but,
an hour and a half.
but I haven't been lying.
We're halfway there. That was like an hour ago.
I thought we were close, but
Issues.
but now these are just quick switchbacks.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Some quick facts about Walter's Wiggles. It is a series of 21 steep switchbacks which were built in 1926 by the National Park Service. It was named after Walter Rush, Zion's first superintendent. The Wiggles were constructed entirely by hand using picks, shovels, and dynamite to carve into the solid rock. They rise over 250 feet in under half a mile and are a key part of this trail. Few know that the Wiggles were designed with tight turns specifically to prevent erosion and protect the fragile canyon walls. Also, the cement that you see throughout was brought up using donkeys to build this trail.
Final reveal. All right, so we're done Walter's Wiggles. So here we go for the big reveal to Scout's Landing. Should be coming up right around the corner, I hope. I was wrong about Walter's Wiggles 3 times, so I can see why you might not believe me, but here we go.
Scout Lookout is a popular rest and viewpoint on the Angel's Landing hike. It offers stunning panoramic views of Zion Canyon and marks the point just before the infamous chain section to Angel's Landing, which we are about to head to. There is no permit required to hike to Scout's Lookout, only if you continue past it. From here, you can do the full West Rim Trail, which continues for over 14 miles to Lava Point, making Scout Lookout a great option for day hikers who want a rewarding challenge without the exposure. There are pit toilets available here, but no water. So as mentioned before, be sure you bring plenty with you. It's a safe and scenic spot to turn around for those not wanting to continue to the summit or just don't want to challenge Angel's Landing. As mentioned, to hike Angel's Landing, you need to apply for a permit. To do this, you head over to recreation.gov and you can enter either through the seasonal lottery, which is held months in advance, or the day before lottery, which opens daily from 12:01 a.m. to 3 p.m. Winners are notified by email and must show your ID on the trail. No permit, you can still hike the Scout Lookout, but you won't be able to do this magnificent hike. All right, here we go. On to Angel's Landing. Here we go. So here we go. On to one of the most thrilling, terrifying, and awe-inspiring hikes in America, maybe even the world. The chain section of Angel's Landing is a half-mile spine of sandstone where a single misstep could send you plunging over 1,000 feet. You definitely need to check your nerves at the start. It is definitely worth it because the views will leave you breathless in more ways than one. As we head through this section, I'm going to share some real-time tips, crazy facts, and everything you need to know. A plug here, we are not going to show the entire chain section, just some of our favorite highlights. If you want to see the full POV video of the chain section, you can click the link here. A quick note on that video, Em and I treated it as an intro podcast to not only talk about Angel's Landing, but to share news on our channel, a little bit about us. So we would love you guys to go check it out and leave your comments and let us know what you think. So what exactly is the chain section? It is the final half-mile stretch to Angel's Landing, or what I like to call the peak. It's a narrow ridge, often just a few feet wide, with sheer drops on both sides, which you will see throughout this video, with anchored support chains to help hikers safely navigate the sandstone. The elevation gain of this section is around 500 vertical feet, and though it may be short in distance, it packs a punch, mentally, physically, and certainly emotionally. It's not uncommon for hikers to freeze in place. In fact, in some of our conversations with the rangers, they have said going up is optional, but coming down is mandatory. But there are some spots where you can certainly rest, sit, and enjoy the views. As we mentioned before, permits are required and have been since 2022. That was due to increasing crowding and safety concerns. We certainly appreciate that they did do this to manage the crowds, because there are several spots where you would not want to have large crowds and have to navigate around them and get even closer to the edges than you might otherwise want to. Between 2000 and 2023, 17 people are confirmed to have died from falls along Angel's Landing. Nearly all of them were during the chain section. But with proper care, the trail can be safe. Park rangers say most accidents happen when people either go off trail, ignore the chains, or hike in poor conditions. A pro tip here: never ever attempt the chain section when it's raining, snowing, or icy. The rocks become slick, the footing unstable, and there is no room for error. I can't even imagine doing it in any of those conditions. At the time we hiked, there was some snow and ice in sections, So depending on the time of year, you may want to bring some crampons.
How much further do we have from here? Just curious, because she says I lied to her.
There's a lot more.
Oh, good.
There's, like, as far as you can see up
That peak?
is, no, that's not the top.
Oh, good.
There's more after that.
Oh, good.
Like a half an hour? Like an hour?
Time-wise, it took me about an hour to go from start to finish.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
But
okay.
it's all uphill. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
So what was it actually like hiking this section? Well, as you saw, you start by grabbing the chain section just past Scout Lookout, pulling yourself up a sloped rock face. There's a drop to your right, and within minutes, the trail narrows to a razor's edge. You'll literally feel the breeze from both canyons below. The chains aren't continuous. At times, you're hiking unaided over slick rock with only a few carved footholds and friction beneath your boots or shoes. Some parts require both hands. Em would tell you that I was preaching to both her and the kids to at all times have at least, well, not at least, but have 3 points of contact. This ensures that if something happens, hopefully you at least have 2 more points of contact and avoid falling at any point of this hike. Throughout the hike, you will pass oncoming hikers. Yes, even on narrow ledges and narrow spots along the trail, which can be extremely sketchy. However, it was our experience that all the hikers, at least when we were there, were extremely patient and encouraging and helpful. But every few steps, you're definitely rewarded with staggering views of the Zion Canyon below. You'll see the Virgin River snaking through the valley like a silver ribbon, red cliffs glowing in the sun, and maybe even a condor. On our trip, unfortunately, we did not see any. A question you may have is, what kind of shape do you need to be in to do the Angel's Landing hike? Well, all I can do is speak to ourselves. Em and I would consider, ourselves in average shape. We're in our mid 40s and would definitely not consider ourselves hikers. What we would say is, if you take your time, drinks lots of water, and have lots of snacks, it's definitely a manageable hike. And biggest tip, don't turn around, finish it. It is so worth it. Here's something most people don't know. Angel's Landing was originally called Temple of Oiulus, I hope I'm saying that right, which is named after the Greek god of wind. It got its current name in 1916 when a Methodist minister said the peak was so high only an angel can land on it. Also, keep your eyes open. This area is part of the range of the California condor, one of the most rare birds. Their wingspan can reach over 9 feet. In fact, Zion has one of the most successful condor recovery programs in the US. In 2023, one condor chick hatched in the wild just below Angel's Landing, a rare and amazing sign of progress. A little modern drama. In 2022, a hiker live streamed part of the chain section and was fined for creating a safety hazard. Park officials strongly discourage any kind of filming or photography that would distract you while you're on the chains. For me, I had the DJI action cam on my head the whole time, so this didn't apply to me. In 2024, the National Park Service began installing motion-triggered counters and heat sensors to better monitor traffic and temperature on the chain section. Zion's extreme summer heat, often exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit, has caused a spike in heat-related rescues. Em and I talked about this several times. We could not imagine doing this hike in the height of summer heat. We would recommend going when we went, which was the end of February, beginning of March, as the weather was absolutely fantastic. Rangers also introduced new QR-coded trail signs to provide live weather and trail updates right at Scout Lookout. So before you go beyond the chains, scan that sign and check for sudden storms, closures, or rockfall warnings. Oh, and one last thing here, please leave no trace. When we spoke to some of the rangers, they told us they regularly find discarded water bottles, snack wrappers, and even hiking poles jammed in the crevices. Zion deserves better. Pack it in, pack it out. If you're thinking of doing this hike, come prepared. Solid hiking shoes, at least 2 liters of water, sun protection, and healthy respect for heights. I know we've said this probably several times in this video, but it definitely should be said again. But if you do it right, the payoff is unreal. Reaching Angel's Landing is like standing on top of the world. 360-degree views that feel like you're walking through a painting. So, would we do it again? At this point, I think it would be a split decision. I think Em would say no, but I would give it another go for sure. But we would say, if you have a chance to do it, we would recommend it. At this point in the video, it's that time. If this video has been helpful or you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, subscribe, and certainly drop a comment on whether or not you would attempt this hike, if it's on your bucket list, or if you have any other questions. We definitely love to hear from all of our viewers.
All right, made it to the top of Angel's Landing. It took us a bit, probably about 4.5 hours, but we were moving pretty slow, but amazing views all around, unbelievable. Definitely worth it.
All right, everybody, on top of Angel's Landing, we made it to the peak. Took us 4.5 hours, but we all made it. Absolutely stunning. What did you guys think?
It was great.
There's chipmunks.
No one's looking forward to going back down. We wish there was like a zip line to the bottom or a gondola, but so we'll see how we go here. All right, there we go. All right, that's it. Angel's Landing done. So now we're back to the front, and I was gonna check actually the app to see, I was gonna see where we're at here, how long it took us, because we're done the Angel's Landing. I gotta find my phone here, but let's see if I can find my phone. Okay, so it took us 5 hours, 11 minutes, and 22 seconds to here. So now we just gotta walk back down from Angel's Landing. Again, it was about 5 point something kilometers, but we stopped a ton. So anyway, definitely worth it.
We stopped a ton.
Em slid down half the hill on her backside, but hey, it's the way to get down. It's the safe way to get down. All right, let's get out of here. So I would definitely rate Angel's Landing a must-do. It was fantastic. We're not in the best shape ever, and we managed to do it. That's a bit of an understatement, but definitely worth it. If you have the chance to come out to Zion and do Angel's Landing, we would definitely give it a thumbs up and definitely recommend it. So the views and everything on this hike are second to none. You can see all kinds of red rocks. You can see all kinds of wildlife as well. You see some deer. It's just a great hike. Again, would recommend it. Thumbs up. Thanks for hiking Angel's Landing with us. It was an epic adventure. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below, as we enjoy hearing from you all. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you don't miss the rest of our Zion journey and much more. We've got so much coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss it.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep traveling, stay safe, and we'll see you on our next adventure.